We begin with the intro. Any volunteers? Susie, if no one else wants to. So I wanted to. As Sylee can't be here in person today to launch her beautiful book, Even Still, other members of the Popogrou collective have created some new poetry inspired by her work to celebrate this launch occasion. We have responded to Sylee's own description of her book as, this artist's book reflects on silence and light in a study of integrity across destruction. This piece includes words written by Laura Davis, who cannot be here tonight. Even still, a collective response. It's notable that everyone greatly respects innovative thinking, yet likes interrogating great honourable thoughts. Despite each sensing that real unbridled creativity takes its own novelty, some inside light envelops noble creative endeavours born out of knowing.
A faint whispering of leaves moved over the silence. Light dazzled in the street outside, but it was the integrity of the camp on which they depended. There was a brilliant flash of light, resolved itself a fraction of a second later into a sense of the still intact integrity of flesh and spirit, but an emphasis on death and destruction set the pace for what followed. Ideas of world destruction are latent in the unconscious mind. A spot lamp threw a cone of dirty yellow light into their faces, revealing a nightmare come true of integrity and psychopathic intent. The light was on, but there was no one inside. The plan was deliberate vandalism, the wholesale destruction.
Produce of stellar evolution, the integrity of the Red Star star. It is dusk. She reads a book in silence. She measures night's entropy in hours, till she can see Venus, the morning star, destruction of darkness, resolute light.
Cracked mime my sisters, fishing for, not wholly sold on, integrity, throwed the book at this, light my silence, but, not my book, atomized, punctiliously, she delegated lately, this angle or view or otherwise, forms of structure as reflect.
The world is faced by the paradox that it craves for novelty, and yet it is haunted by terror at the loss of the past. Facing the paradox that it craves for novelty, the world is yet haunted by terror at the destruction of the book. Craving novelty in the book, a paradoxical terror yet haunts the world at the integrity of destruction. With terror at craving the novelty of destruction, paradoxically the world is yet haunted by the book of integrity. The world is faced by terror at the loss of the past, and yet it is haunted by the paradox that it craves for novelty. The paradox of the book of destruction haunts a world that craves for the past, and yet it is terrified by the loss of integrity. The destruction of the world faces the paradox of craving for the loss of the past, and yet it is haunted by the integrity of novelty.
Sigh, lens, silence. Sunlight disperses. Red, yellow, indigo. Go and slip in.
Colours. Orange, green, blue. Slide up the wall to the sill. In. Silence.
At the pane, indigo bleeds. Rest, repose in silence. Silence.
Light reclaims integrity, escapes destruction. Weightless white beam. Rods and cones zone out. Thalamus distracted. Light leaves sight.
My sight, eyesight, eyeless, eye lens, sigh, lens, silence.